Yeah! Bristol, baby!
Okay, so I ended the video, but this is this is the beginning of the video right now. But this is after the video. This is after my whole talk about the race and stuff. And I pull up Twitter and I read this. According to Jeff Gluck, Kyle Busch notable quotes from his post-race media session. On Joey Logano, he's nobody's friend for a reason. Oh my gosh. If you remember, Joey Logano held up Kyle Busch there at the end when Kyle Busch was leading. On the explicit kids who got in the way tonight, quotes, nothing like a Gase and a Smithley. Oh my gosh. And on what's next, we'll be eliminated right next round. Kyle Busch is a savage, and it's honestly hilarious if we're being honest. Kevin Harvick was able to hold off a very hungry Kyle Busch and a thrilling, exciting, very intense finish there at the end of the Bristol Night race. Always a fun race, and it was a cutoff race tonight. And not exactly the chaos we anticipated that was going to happen, but it was still a Bristol race, and it was still a very fun race and still a very intense finish that we'll talk about here in a minute. 4 drivers' hopes and dreams were crushed tonight. Those 4 drivers that hopes and dreams were destroyed, dismantled, crushed. And by hopes and dreams, I do mean the championship. That would be Matt DiBenedetto, pain. Utter, complete pain. William Byron, oof. He was on such a hot streak, but then he just had a couple bad runs these last 2 races. And then Cole Custer, and of course the shocker, the big shock, Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney at times this year looked like he had championship-winning speed. He was top 5 for so many races. He had so many race-winning cars, but things just didn't go his way. Something happened. Poorly timed caution, being involved in someone else's wreck. Something would happen. And next thing you know, he doesn't have the points, and he has a bad couple of races in this first round, and he's out. Ryan Blaney, who made it to the round of 8 last year, is out of the playoffs in the first round this year. It's not like he just kind of barely limped into the playoffs. He won a race at Talladega. He had winning speed at Texas. I think Bristol he had really good speed. Las Vegas, just to name a few races this year. And then all of a sudden, look out. Ryan Blaney is out. That's a big contender. He's been showing speed all year, as I've kept on saying. And he's out along with Custer, DiBenedetto, and Byron. That's the big storyline. But the other storyline, of course, Kevin Harvick getting his 9th win of the year. 9th. He is, 40-something years old? And he's gotten his 9th win of the season, which is the most he's ever gotten in his career. There's still 7 races to go in the season. He's 44 years old, and he's having the best year of his career. If he doesn't win the championship, it's rigged. I mean, Denny Hamlin's another deserving candidate, I guess. But if he doesn't win the championship, it's rigged. Kevin Harvick's had an outstanding year. He deserves to be a multi-time Cup Series champion. And he's won in a lot of different fashions. He's kicked everyone's butt. We saw that at Michigan. He's come into a few race-winning moves and stuff, like tonight, where he was able to hold off Kyle Busch. He was pure driver. He just held off Kyle Busch. Yeah, he had a really good car. He probably had the second best car tonight, I would say, behind Kyle. He led the most laps, led over 200 laps, I believe. But he had to hold off Kyle Busch. And remember, Kyle Busch has not won this year, which is very uncharacteristic for Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch usually has 4 or 5 wins by this point of the season. He has 0. So Kyle Busch was hungry for a win right there. Could have wrecked him, could have moved him out of the way. And Kevin Harvick knew that. He was looking in his mirror like, this guy hasn't won. I sure hope he doesn't just destroy both of our days. But Kyle Busch raced him very clean. Tried to go for it there at the end. Couldn't quite get there. And Kevin Harvick was able to hold him off based off of pure driving skill and able to maneuver through traffic better. The biggest factor, I would say, was Joey Logano. Kyle Busch had taken the lead from Harvick due to some lap cars, and Kyle Busch took the top, and Joey Logano was staying on the top, and Harvick was able to go to the bottom and get around both Logano and Kyle Busch, and Harvick was able to hold him off for 30 or something laps. So that's how Harvick got the win there. But as I said, Harvick's won in so many ways in his career. This year, he's dominated races. He's had to have late race restarts like we saw at Indianapolis, different pit strategies like we saw at Pocono. And tonight, he just had to hold off a really hungry dude who had maybe a better car than him. So another impressive win from Kevin Harvick, his 9th of the year. He's having an outstanding season. The fact that he is 1 win away from 10 wins in a season is outstanding. I became a fan in 2010. I don't think I've witnessed that. I can't remember, but this is a historic year for him. He's kicked everyone's butt. It doesn't matter where we've gone, it seems like. He's won at all kinds of different tracks. Indianapolis, Pocono, Bristol, Darlington, where else? Michigan, Dover. He's won at all these different places. I definitely missed a couple, but he's kicked everyone's butt this year. It's showing. Even his teammates, he's just dominating his teammates. But as for everything else, man, exciting race all around. It wasn't your typical chaotic. He has 67 playoff points. As I look at the TV screen over here, 67 points is a lot of points, guys. But yeah, dude, he's been dominant this year. But back to Bristol. Bristol, you guys know it. It's usually a chaotic race. There's a lot of cautions. Leaders can get wrecked by lap traffic. There can be different crashes. Really tight-bound racing. It just causes chaos, damage, rubbins racing. It's short track racing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there was some contact tonight. There were a couple of incidents, but fairly clean Bristol race. It wasn't a boring race at all. No. It was a thrilling race. I love Bristol. Every time we go there, we have an incredible... I legit cannot remember the last time we had a bad Bristol race. Even last year with the high downforce package, both those races were good from what I remember. But once again, another great Bristol race, I would say. A really good racing, multi-groove. The top groove took a while to build in. Kyle Busch was in it the whole race. But we saw the bottom with that PJ1. A lot of guys take that. And then the top started to build in. We saw different guys running different lanes. Lap traffic played a factor, so you'd have to maneuver both lanes with the lap traffic. So it was a very fun, very entertaining race. We even had some tire wear that was causing problems. Hurt some guys there at the end, ended the chances of Matt Benedetto. But overall, really fun race. I had a great time. Kevin Harvick, let's go through the results. Kevin Harvick gets his 9th win of the season, as I said. Whew, career year. Absolutely kicking everyone's butt, it seems like. Winning everywhere. The guy is just freaking amazing. I don't know how else to say it. Kyle Busch. Oh, so close. I was getting ready to pull out my M&Ms here. If you guys don't remember, it's been so long since I've done it, but whenever Kyle Busch wins, I dump M&Ms on my head. It's kind of fun. But yeah, I was getting ready to do it tonight, but unfortunately he did not get it done. Continues to search for that first one in 2020. That was probably his best opportunity. And he was so close, but so far away at the same time. Still searching. Eric Jones with a 3rd place finish, really good. He is still yet to secure a ride for 2021. So he's trying to prove to owners and teams that, hey, I can drive a race car. I can drive a race car really good. Bristol, I would say, is probably his best track. We saw there 3 years ago in his rookie season battling Kyle Busch for the win in this same race. Last year, he was leading late before hitting the wall, so he's had some really good Bristol runs. So not super surprising that he ran well, but a 3rd place finish, a really good result for Eric Jones. 4th, Tyler Reddick. There was a middle of green flag pit stops, and there was a caution. And only 6 cars finished on the lead lap because of that. 6 cars finished on the lead lap because of a poor time caution. There were already like 10 or something on the lead lap when the cycle began, but only 6 finished on the lead lap. But Tyler Reddick with a 4th place finish. Once again, dude, RCR's on a tear here. Austin Dillon finished 12th, but RCR is on a tear. They've got 3 consecutive top 5s. They're doing pretty freaking good. Like, I'm not going to say they're the hottest team in NASCAR. Kevin Harvick owns that title by a mile. But they're hot. They're hot. I mean, seriously, you look at the last 3 races. Darlington, 2nd place, Austin Dillon. Richmond, 4th place, Austin Dillon. Tonight, 4th place, Tyler Reddick. They got top 5s. They're looking good. Different types of trucks, too. So good for them for finding some speed. They got a chaotic round of 12 coming up with Austin Dillon. But, yeah, we'll talk about that at the end. 5th place, Eric Almirola secures his spot into the round of 12. He did what he needed to do. A top 5 finish. Good for him. 6th, Clint Boyer, once again, a run that he just needed to do. He did enough. He got in. Really good race. He had a top 5 car, I would say. Finished 6th there. Stuart Haas, a really good day overall with the exception of Custer. Custer finished somewhere back there. Seventh, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott had a top 5 car, had pitted when that caution came out, so he was a lap down, or 2 laps down, had to take the wave around. Finished a lap down with the first car, 1 lap down in 7th. So if there was a caution, he would have gotten the free pass, but didn't happen, so he finished 7th. And then the next 3 guys, incredible runs. 8th, Chris Buescher. He's had some good runs at Bristol in the past. Really, really good run. Really proud of him. I think that's an incredible run for that team, a top 10 finish. 9th, Ryan Preece. The JTG car's running well in the past with Chris Buescher at Bristol. Ryan Preece with an incredible run. Top 10. That's a great run for them. In the playoffs, too. I mean, they're not in the playoffs, but to beat some of these playoff drivers, that's a great day for them. 10th, Michael McDowell. Another great run for him. He's had so many great runs this year. Different tracks, Pocono. I can't remember where else, but one of them was Pocono, I'm pretty sure. So another great run for Michael McDowell. He's having a pretty good season. 11th, Joey Logano. That was my race pick. He was up there for a bit, but finishes 11th, advances. 12th, Austin Dillon, advances. 13th, Ryan Blaney. He was basically in a must-win coming in, was not able to get the points, was not able to get the win. Get out of here, Blaney. I like Ryan Blaney. It's unfortunate to see that, and you look at that round of 12, even though it is a chaotic round, I think that would have been favoring them. If Ryan Blaney were to advance, you got Talladega where he's won the last 2 races, and the Roval, a place he's won at, and Las Vegas, a place he showed speed in the spring. That's an unfortunate finish to Ryan Blaney's championship hopes and dreams, but man, it's tough for him, I'm sure. Not happy they can go for 5th in points now, but go for winning races. But that's, I mean, you say that, but you want that championship, especially a team like them that's been so good all year. To be eliminated in the first round's got to feel terrible. 14th, Matt Kenseth, not a bad day for him. 15th, Kurt Busch. 16th, Alex Bowman. 17th, Jimmy Johnson. 18th, Ty Dillon. 19th, Matt Benedetto. He was in the top 10 there at the end. He was in the free pass position, but he said he ran over some debris. Was not able to get the caution for the debris. Ran it over again, and it blew the right rear tire. Had to pit. Finishes 19th, eliminated from the playoffs. 20th, John Hunter Nemechek. 21st, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin rear-ended Truex, and his car was all beat up. 22nd, Bubba Wallace drove from the back to the top 10 in Stage 1. Also, Kyle Busch drove from the back into the top 5 at the end of Stage 1. And, yeah, that was pretty... Both of those guys. My goodness. I mean, to go from the back to the top 10 at Bristol, that's impressive. So, good shout-out to those guys. 23rd, Cole Custer. Just not enough speed at any of the tracks, it seems like, to get through. Misses the cut. 24th, Martin Truex Jr. Hit the wall because of Denny, and then I had to pit. He advanced, though, so good for him. 25th, Ryan Newman. 26th, Daniel Suarez. 27th, Greg Galding. 28th, Christopher Bell. He was up there in the top 10 for a bit. Got some damage from the William Byron incident. We'll talk about that later. 29th, Quinn Houff. 30th, J.J. Yeley. 31st, Joey Gase. 32nd, Garrett Smithley. 33rd, Corey LaJoie. 34th, Brad Keselowski had some kind of mechanical problem. Went like 100 laps down. 35th, James Davison. 36th, Reed Sorensen. 37th, Timmy Hill. 38th, William Byron. So here's the thing. I don't know what the hell happened with Byron. I got to admit, guys, I like NBC's coverage. I get that they're a limited crew this year, but oh my gosh, how do you miss a wreck that involves a playoff driver? Playoff driver at Bristol. Okay, look, they missed a wreck at Pocono, and that was Fox, actually. That was Fox that missed a wreck at Pocono. That's a 2.5-mile track. That's a really big track. Bristol is a half-mile track, all in this little oomph. And how did they not catch that on camera? I mean, seriously, William Byron is a playoff driver. He was in the top 10 at the time, and they somehow didn't catch him getting in a wreck and ending his playoff hopes and dreams. I don't understand how that works. How do you miss something like that? Also, I'm going to talk about this, but dude, this year NBC picks the worst times to be on commercials because something always happens. And B, when there's 10 laps to go in a stage, it's lap 20, first of all. There's 10 laps to go in the stage. When you're running 15-second laps, why do you go to commercial? You're going to get commercial in 10 laps at Bristol when you get the competition caution. Like, why do we have to go to freaking commercial with 10 laps to go in the stage or in the freaking competition caution world? Like, you've run 20 laps, you got 10. It's not like it's Pocono and you're running 30 Pocono laps without, commercials. It's Bristol. You're running 15-second laps. You can't wait another, what is that? I can't do quick math. Hold on, I got this. So, no, I don't got this. It's like 3 or 4 minutes, I'd guess. That's pretty freaking bad. Come on. Like, what the heck? Come on, NBC, you're better than that. 39th, Josh Bilicki. 40th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., wrecked by Jimmy Johnson. But, dude, NBC, I'm a little disappointed with their coverage of the wrecks and stuff, and then their commercial deciding time is just, they're better than that. I know they are. I know they got a limited crew, but come on, you got to get that. Once again, really fun race. On scale of 1 to 10. Wasn't the greatest Bristol Night race, but it was not even close to a bad race. It was still what I would call a good race. I would give it an 8.6 out of 10. I think that's a good rating. Tell me how you feel in the comments. I mean, you could disagree with me. But your 12 drivers advancing to the round of 12. Austin Dillon, Martin Truex Jr., Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman. Those are your 12. And man, I get to see these guys compete for a championship at Talladega Superspeedway. You heard it here first. I'm going to be at Talladega here in a couple weeks, attending the race, getting you some footage from the track. Hopefully we can get some wrecks on camera. Hopefully we can get the winners' burnouts on camera. It's going to be a fun time no matter who wins it. I'm excited for it. I love Talladega. Went last year, had a blast. It's going to be a little different this time, but we're still going to have a blast. But as I said, really fun Bristol Night race as always. A little disappointed with NBC how they didn't catch a freaking playoff driver's crash on camera. Really fun battle for the win there at the end between Harvick and Kyle Busch. Harvick just kicking everyone's butt this year, man. It's going to be hard to stop him. It doesn't matter where they go. They got winning speed. So, once again, fun night. Really fun night. Looking forward to Las Vegas next week. Las Vegas should be interesting. But, yeah, other than that, have a great rest of your night. Continuing videos this weekend. The Lando Norris series and F1 stuff. We're going to talk about that more next week. And we're going to have a fun time. So, once again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. So, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff.